In the previous lecture, we talked about how important page speed is, and we also talk about what are the reason our page is slow and how it can affect users. Like we talked about Amazon case study. So, do you have any solution in mind? Before solving anything else, let's jump onto some tests and results of our own website. So, our current website is moneybun.com. I guess this website is already optimized because this was the WordPress default theme. So I am thinking to perform some tests and then try to use a different website which is not optimized. So if I run a test, that is GTmetrix, this is our first tool. We have got a page speed score of 97 and for YSlow we have 76. 95% is excellent score, and I think above 85, above 90, everything is good. Your main focus should be the page load time. We can optimize, but we'll be trying to use a more difficult project, that is a big website, or I mean a website which is bigger in size. Since this is already 400 KB and I think we need to use some other website so we can have some errors and we can solve this. On Google tool, that is official tool, Page Speed Insight, it score 93, which is fairly well, and for mobile it score 88. Anything above 85, if you see this green tick, it's fine. You just need to focus on some changes if you want to score 100 out of 100. But I don't think 100 out of 100, you should chase that particular score. Your focus should be user experience as well as how fast your website is loading. Even at 100 out of 100, your website is loading at 3-4 seconds, but your score is 100 out of 100. But that's not useful. Your focus should be how to deliver that particular website as fast as to user. So there are a few other tools that you can use. One is tools.pingdom and other one is webpagetest.org. So these are the 5 important tools that are available in market, and the particularly which I suggest for mobile is Think with Google. So this is one of the particular website that Google launched for mobile website. So it would be good to test this on particular mobile section also. So more importantly, let's reverse back to our knowledge section and understand what actually happened when we try to visit our website or visit a web server. So this is a particular website. So there are two process happens when we send a request, like we ask for some information and then the server replies. So everything happens on these 3 sections, that is you as a computer, your request and response, that is the internet, and the third one is data center, that is your server or where your website data is. So one important thing, you send a request, your server take time to respond and then they send response. So suppose the server response takes 0.5 second or they take 1 second to respond or they 2 seconds. So that is your host problem. So this problem is quite common. So that I was telling you the first problem that we have, host problem. So this is the problem, that your server take too much time to respond. Second can be you send a request, your server is ready to respond, but you have too much data to collect from your database. So that actually take quite a time. So you have big database available to load on this particular page. So what you can do is preload them. What I mean is create a static file of them, and if someone asks for that particular file, instead of loading from database, just send that particular saved file. This is called caching. So what this means is you create a copy of a particular page in static format. So all these pages are dynamic. So every time you open this particular page, server send request to database to get this particular heading, to get this all the post of this, get the recent post. So there are so many queries involved in this particular page. While just opening this one single page, there are so many queries involved. So what we can do is we can save this as static file. Static file have only one request. So this was the second problem that we were facing. Now we are here in QuickTime. We have static file available. Now we need to send response. So this was involved. But what if that static file that we are sending have big images? Suppose that image is of 1.2 MB, because images are already static. You cannot change anything about image. 1 MB, 2 MB, 5 MB, 6 MB. So what you need to do that? So you need to optimize that so you can send that particular response fast. What also can be particular problem? So you might have that particular ad sections on your website, you have comment loading, or you are loading your website, bottom of your website first and then the top of your website. So these are the important things that you need to understand, that everything in the internet is dependent on two points: sending request and receiving response. So we just need to tackle two things: how we can send a request faster, create static files, and send a response even faster. So that's how our website works if you want to optimize that. In the next lecture, we'll be talking about quick solution for page speed.